We're here with Representative Joe Saunders, and we're making braised grouper with Greek stewed feta orzo. Again, this recipe is from the Ravenous Pig in Winter Park, which we love.
Which is right outside my district, by the way.
Fabulous restaurant.
It's like world famous in Orlando.
Oh my God, they're fantastic. Now, when we left off, we were getting ready to make this, so we're just gonna go ahead and get this together and talk while we're doing it. Okay. We've got 3 tomatoes that are cut up and seeded, about 2 zucchini and 2 yellow squash, and some carrots.
Okay.
And a little pinch of red pepper flakes. So I'm gonna let you just go ahead and dump everything in there.
Put everything in?
Everything in
Is all this going in too? Or
No,
that's later?
in just a minute.
Later, okay.
Yeah, we're just gonna dump everything in.
Got it.
Now, when we left off, we talked about the fact that you're like the first openly gay legislator that was elected. And, you know.
You can't tell with all my cooking skills here? It didn't just pop out at you?
Yeah, it did. You know, it was just one of those
it's
things.
genetic.
Yeah. Obviously, that was an issue that was raised during the campaign. Your district obviously doesn't care. You were elected anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of the opinion that, you know, none of my business. But, you know, being in Tallahassee, you know, have you felt that you've been treated any differently, or that there have been any...
all this, right?
Yeah, dump it in. That there's been any sort of backlash, or...
I don't know that I would say backlash. You know, here's what I would say, that this is a really big state. There's 20 million people in the state of Florida. It's the third largest state, fourth largest state in the country. And for all time, there has never once been at the state level somebody who comes from the community that I come from and has a family like mine, and or will build a family like the one I'll have someday. And I think that matters. I mean, I think democracy and I think our state is made better when there's different perspectives that are brought to the table. So I wouldn't say that I've had a negative reaction. I think there have been times where people maybe don't know what to do with me, because I certainly, you know, I talk about issues that matter to the LGBT community.
Well, and that's one of the things about this show, is that this is you know, everybody has a different point of view. Everybody comes from someplace different. Yeah. And that's one of the things that I think makes our country so great, is that we can do that. Is that everybody can have their own point of view, and it shouldn't be looked down upon or whatever. You know, there just shouldn't be that. And having said that, you know, and I know that this was something that I had talked with Carlos about. Your aide.
My aide.
Your
He's
aide.
very talented.
He's here today. He's waiting
and
for the food.
obsessed with you. Did we talk about that? He's like borderline creepy obsessed with you. Okay.
That's funny. Is the anti-discrimination bill, and this was something that I didn't know, is that there is an anti-discrimination bill in the state of Florida, but it specifically does not include sexual orientation.
Or gender identity. Yeah.
But
why?
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 I don't know, Lori.
Well,
I'm trying to change it. Here's how things work right now in the state of Florida. In a country where 12 states actually offer full marriage equality, all the rights and responsibilities that come with marriage to gay and lesbian couples, Florida has not even created basic protections for gay people. So right now in the state of Florida, and many, if not most parts of the state, it's legal to fire somebody from their job because they're gay, if it's easy, or it's legal to tell a couple that walk into a hotel room holding hands that they're not welcome there and that they can't rent a hotel room.
Really?
Yeah, and it happens. I know it happens because I spent a lot of my career working on issues that are important to the gay and lesbian community. So, you know, we have these statewide non-discrimination laws. They protect people based on race and ethnicity and your religion and all different kinds of categories, but I think it's really important that this community be included in those protections.
I guess my question would be is, why would you have a discrimination bill and not just say you can't exclude somebody because? Why would you specifically leave things out? I mean, if you could, I guess that's my point, is it doesn't make, you know, I would talk a lot about this on the show, common sense. It's common sense. I don't care what somebody does in their house. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't, I don't care. None of my business. Why should it be anybody else's business, I guess is the question.
Well, I think that Florida, am I stirring this?
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay. What is this?
That is feta cheese and heavy cream. Yeah.
Okay, that's the Greek side of what we're making?
Okay,
yeah. You know, I think that there's a long history in this country of needing to specifically call out different kinds of discrimination and to make sure that communities that are historically subject to discrimination are protected. And I think we have state laws and federal laws that do that. And right now, at neither of those levels do we see protections for the gay and transgender community. And it's a big community. It's a thriving community in the state. These are families that pay taxes and buy property and have small businesses.
And what do you think that the reasoning is for that?
You know, I think that the state is struggling to catch up to where people are on a lot of different issues. But I definitely think this is one of those issues. And, you know, if you did we actually did do a poll. I was going to say if you did a poll. We did a poll this year. It was actually done by the University of Florida on a bill that I've introduced, a non-discrimination bill that we've been talking about. And over 70% of the state thought that it already exists, right? They think these protections are already there. And you don't know they're not until you need them.
Right. Well, I would have, I mean, if you had asked me, I would have said that there was...
It already was there,
yeah,
right?
I mean, it wouldn't have occurred to me that we would have been so behind the times in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Now, I know that you had the bill and it did not pass this year. So are you going to file it again?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Absolutely. And actually, one of the really great things about this year is that for the first time, this bill's been introduced for 6 years, right? 6, 7 years, something like that. For the first time, we saw a strong Republican co-sponsorship of the bill.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I have a
good.
primary co-sponsor who's a Republican. 5 other Republicans joined her to sponsor the bill with me. So I'm excited about the momentum we're building.
Well, good. Well, stay with us because after the break, we're going to talk about educational issues. We're going to talk about the arts. We're going to talk about charter schools and this thing called the parent trigger.
Parent trigger.
So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Coming up next, Lori's making braised grouper with Representative Joe Saunders as they talk about the Arts for All Students bill.